they currently have. If you have questions at any time, please type them into the chat and we will address them during the Q&A session that will be taking place after all the companies have presented. At the end of the Q&A session, we will hear from the local workforce innovation area and Illinois workNet to learn about some additional resources that are available to assist you with your job search. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available in the employer booths for you to refer to at a later date. Now, I am pleased to introduce State Senator Melinda Bush.
Senator, I believe
Sorry, I got it. I forgot I had to unmute myself. Anyway, so I'm here now. Sorry about that. So anyway, I just want to say hi to everybody. Thanks for joining the state's first virtual job expo. This is our, I believe, third day. I'm State Senator Melinda Bush. I represent the 31st District located throughout Lake County, but the furthest northeastern district in the state of Illinois. For nearly a decade, I've hosted an in-person job expo, actually a job fair. This is an expo, you know, and some years we've done two. Over the last years, we've partnered with my good friend, Congressman Schneider, and it has been such a wonderful partnership because we've really been able to reach more people with that partnership. But anyway, this year we decided it'd be best for us to hold a job fair since it was really important. Obviously, there are people who are out of work, but we tried to figure out how we could best do this. So we decided to do it virtually. During a time of layoffs, dwindling job market, it's more important, we felt, than ever to make sure that we were letting people know what jobs are available and helping to connect you. And look, it's really about all the hardworking people in Lake County and making sure we're providing the best connections we can for you to further your careers or maybe find new ones. So I'm excited to be joined by a number of professional service employers actively hiring employees. Professional service companies like those we have today employ hundreds of people for not just jobs, but careers. A career with a professional service company can open up so many doors for people in the future. I look forward to learning more about these job openings from the companies and what they have to offer today. And I have to tell you, truly, this has been a great learning experience for me too. There's a lot of great jobs out there, and I'm looking at where maybe I'm going to go when I'm done with what I'm doing. So anyway, I'd like to welcome the companies that we have today. Today we'll be hearing from Abbott, the Salem Group, Dove and Muley Mortgages, Consumers Credit Union, and Robert Half Technology. So first off, we have, I believe, Craig Conte from Abbott. If you want to take it away, Craig.
Okay, thank you so much, Melinda. So we're all about, you know, Abbott is all about helping individuals to lead their healthiest lives, okay? And so, next slide, please. At our healthiest, we can pursue what inspires us, you know, in that. And we're dedicated to realizing the human potential. So this is a timeline, and I'm not going to go through this in detail, but there's, you know, we're a 125-year-old company, so it's been around for a long time. Next slide, please. Okay. You know, we're not focused necessarily on the United States. However, about 30% of our business is in the United States, about 40% in emerging markets, and then 30% is in other developed markets. Okay. Next slide, please. So our goal is to make lives better, you know, to help individuals lead their best lives possible. Okay. Next slide. And so newborns to adults, we have nutrition diagnostics. We have four major pillars: nutrition diagnostics, medical devices, and our branded generics, our pharmaceuticals, which are not in the US. Those are strictly sold in developing countries. So Russia, India, Latin America, China, you know, that type of thing. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so we diagnose our diseases, and so we're very, very much in tune with COVID right now. I mean, obviously, we have five or six different tests that are out there right now, and so we have a couple of tests that test for antibodies. We have a few tests, and so whether or not you've had the disease, that's really what's being tested. And then we have tests that are out there right now for individuals that have the disease, okay? And then we also have a rapid diagnostics test that was just introduced today, and that is the individuals so, you know, and it can tell within 15 minutes whether or not an individual has the disease. So it's really a good test. I mean, honestly, it's a great test. Okay. So we deliver the right care at the right time. You know, that's really what we're all about, is helping individuals to be in tune with their bodies and help individuals so that we can deliver the right care at the right time, and helping the doctors to deliver the right care at the right time. Okay. Okay, so a big part of what we do is the heart stents and mitral clips and that type of thing for the heart coronary artery patients. Next slide, please. And then another part of what we do is our diabetes care. So our Freestyle Libre product is really the best on the market. I mean, it's out there. It can test every hour. Or well, you know, I mean, it could actually test up to more than that, but you know, so it can tell an individual whether or not they have whether they're high or low, and whether they're going up or down or whatever, you know. So, and you get that information on your phone. It's really nice. And so it's a little disc that you wear on the back of your arm, and it is a sticky thing. It's 2 weeks, you know, for 14 days, and you wear it, and it tells whether or not an individual, you know, is up or down or whatever. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we are individualizing our packaging, you know, and all that type of stuff, and you know, so local needs, you know, so we do have things in local languages and all that. Okay. And we are committed to excellence. I mean, that's really what we're all about, is being committed to our excellence. And you know, every product that we have has a high degree of integrity. You are going to be doing work that matters, and that's really what, you know, what we're all about, is that and even though, you know, I work in human resources, I hire individuals who work in our finance department and our finance group. I hire individuals who work in engineering and that type of thing. And even though they're not directly dealing with our patients per se, they do work that you know, it matters. And so therefore, you know, even though you're not dealing directly with the patients, you are hiring individuals who do, or I hire individuals who do, and so therefore your work, you know, you feel like your work matters, and so it's a good company. I mean, from that standpoint, it's a great company, actually. Okay. We inspire everybody to reach their full potential and fulfill their career goals, personal career, and their career goals, you know. So, okay, next slide.
Oh, 1 more minute left.
I'm sorry. Okay, so through our business and helping others, we find work that's finding lasting solutions to key challenges around the world. So through our product excellence, etc. and we optimize our individual supply chain, for the countries that we serve. And we're in 160 different countries right now. So, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. And that's my end. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just want to say thanks so much, Craig. And I just wanted you to know
Sure.
when I held up the 5, that wasn't to tell you you had 5 minutes. That was to say I just read about that test this morning, and it results in 5 minutes.
That just came out today. I mean, honestly, they just announced that today, and it was approved, this morning as an emergency.
Yeah.
approval.
So
But,
anyway, I wasn't telling you
yeah.
you were taking too long.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Right. So thank you so much. I think everybody
Sure.
knows what an incredible company Abbott is. Huge global company.
We have
happy to have-
170,000 employees. I mean, honestly, so, globally.
Yeah, absolutely. So
company.
thank you so much. And hey, I wanted to mention too that Walgreens would actually be next today, but Walgreens couldn't make it. You can still connect to them. We'll have it in the chat on the side, so you can still connect and get all the information about the jobs that are available and connect with Walgreens. So thanks so much, David. If anybody has any questions for David, please type them into the chat box. We will ask them at the end of the presentations. Thanks again. I just called you David. Thanks again, Craig. I'm moving right along. All right, so next we're actually going to go to, thank you, the Salem group. And that's Pam Stolzner. Are you ready, Pam?
Thanks, Senator. This is actually Brian, so I'm going to be going through the presentation, but Pam is on the call.
Okay, and Brian, what's your last name?
Shoemaker.
Okay, great, Brian. Thanks a lot.
So the Salem Group, we're a multi-divisional staffing and workforce management company. We partner with a lot of great clients in the Lake County areas and as well as across the country for anything from temporary, contract to hire, and direct hire needs in multiple industries. So if you want to go to the next slide, you can see a breakdown of our different divisions within the Salem Group. So our Salem Managed Services team, we work through customized workforce management solutions, but really the divisions I want to focus on today are the next 4. So we have the Salem Staffing Team, which their focus is really on those professional, administrative, clerical, customer service, accounting, financial, those types of requirements. Our technical team, Salem Tech, focuses on information technology in the technology space. Salem Land, which provides land and right-of-way services to the energy area, so oil, gas, mineral companies across the country. And then Lorenz Engineering, which naturally works in the engineering space. And then we do have a sister company as well that we work closely with, Strategic Labor Solutions. They were on a call just the other day. They focus in the industrial and manufacturing space. You wanna, so a little bit about the Salem Group. We were founded in the 1980s, so not quite the 125 years that Abbott has, but we've been around for a while. We have offices throughout the Chicagoland area, but we do service clients nationally. We're a certified WBE, which is a woman-owned business. Dory Lorenz is our founder and president. And we have an average team member tenure of 12 years. And the reason we point that out is because people that have been working with us for a long time, 5, 10 years back, they're working with a lot of the same people. So we pride ourselves on that. We get to know you so we can find the best spot for you when we're working with you. And again, we're independently and privately held, and we service the entire United States. A few of our awards we've received in the last couple of years. So Clearly Rated, which is one of the top ones for our industry, rated us best in staffing, a Diamond Award winner for both client and talent satisfaction. And that's only awarded to the top half of the top 1% of staffing providers. So we're very proud of that. In order to get that, you have to win the best of staffing for both categories for 5 years plus. So we're very proud of that. We are also Chicago's best and brightest companies to work for, best places to work in Illinois. We were ranked #1 by the Daily Herald in 2018, #2 in our category in 2019, and we just found out last week we were #2. So we're proud of that. And then Best Companies for Diversity in 2019 by DataBird. And we were named just recently at 2020's Top 100 Best Places to Work in Chicago by Crain's Magazine. So some of the different roles that we fill within the different divisions that we have, you can see a lot of what we see is very fluid. It changes all the time, sometimes hourly, but a lot of our focus and what we see most of are the bullets under each of these categories. So again, with Salem Staffing, there's a lot of administrative support, accounting, finance, banking, which is very big right now, which we'll get into, call center, customer service, clerical, data entry, human resources, marketing, creative, etc. And that's really where Pam, who's on the call, she's our staffing manager in our Buffalo Grove office, and that's her main area of focus. And then again, Salem Tech works with anything from project managers, business analysts, systems analysts, developers, network engineers, etc. And engineering can do anything from any type of engineer to designers, drafters, project managers, etc. Salem Land is right-of-way, that's in the energy space there. We're right-of-way and land acquisition. And then the Salem Managed Services, which wouldn't really be relevant for this call. And then SLS is our sister company, again, that focuses on the industrial and manufacturing space. Some of the immediate openings that we have right now, I'd mentioned that any type of lending, so banking is very hot right now. So we have a lot of needs, which I'm sure Dove and Mule will get into when they're up. So a lot of loan operations, closers, openers, loan processors for auto and mortgage. We have a lot of openings there, customer service representatives, data entry, administrative assistants, financial analysts. I know we have a technology in the technology space. We have an industrial designer that's open. Again, these change rapidly in our industry, but that's what we have immediate openings for right now. As you can see on the slide, one of the things that we pride ourselves with is our benefits that we offer to the contractors that we partner with. We've benchmarked these across our industry as being some of the top in the industry. So we offer medical, dental, vision, a 401k plan, holiday bonuses, vacation pay. We have something called the 4,000 Hour Club, which is nice for those individuals that work with us for quite a long time. It's usually about 2 years, 4,000 hours. Get a hotel and airfare paid trip to Las Vegas when people are allowed to travel again. So a lot of people like that. We also have something that nationwide pet benefits. A lot of people take advantage of that one. But that's some of the benefits that we offer to our contractors. And then finally, the last slide here is about our In Touch program. So a lot of our people will work on site with our clients. So we try to stay in touch with them so they have some type of a relationship with Salem and our team. So we have built a Salem In Touch program so that we can reach out to you, see how you're doing, make sure that you have everything you need to be successful where you're working. And we do that through monthly check-ins. We have an annual employee survey to get your formal feedback, a rewards and recognition program, and then you would be included on any newsletters. So there's usually a temporary employee of the month and any news to Salem that would that you'd like to hear about. And that is all I have.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Brian. Thanks for listing off those kinds of openings you have. And I do want to remind everyone that every company that's here today, they are looking, they are actively looking for people for these careers. So remember that. And thanks so much, Brian. Thanks for teaching me about the Salem group too. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to move on now to, and I'm going to say this one correctly, hopefully this time. I apologize for the first time. I believe it's Dovenmule Mortgage, and I believe we have Jamie Dempsey, and I hope we're correct about that. Jamie, are you ready?
Yes, I am, and thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that is on this Zoom. It's great. My name's Jamie. I should start there. I have worked for Dovenmule for about 8 years. I'm in human resources. I'm a recruiter. I just want to start by saying we are hiring, we are growing, we are looking. We are super unique. We are a mortgage subservicing company. So we're unique in the fact that we're not selling mortgages, we're not funding mortgages, and we're not originating them. We service the loans on behalf of our clients, who are the banks and other financial institutions. Our corporate headquarters is located in Lake Zurich. We're right off of 22, and we're in the Kemper Lakes building, if you're familiar with it. We have 2 other smaller locations. We have an office in Elgin. We have an office in North Aurora. A couple years ago, we expanded, and we have a very small team of software engineers in San Francisco. And during COVID, we opened up a brand new location in Brookfield, Wisconsin. We're hiring in all of the locations. We are hiring, the ones that we're really focused on right now is we are looking in our customer service call centers in Lake Zurich, Elgin, and North Aurora. Our collections call centers in both Lake Zurich, Elgin, and North Aurora. We're looking for loan processors. We're looking for specialists. We have single point of contact positions, which is, they're very similar in the respect of a call center type position, but it is working with homeowners that maybe have fallen behind on their mortgage payments, helping them find some solutions. We have our loss mitigation department that is actively looking for people. Our research department has completely grown. They're an excellent department. In all of them, there's lots of room to grow. We offer training. We offer a more formal training through our corporate training department, but then we also have department specific training. We like to promote internally. So if after 6 months, another position should open up in your home department, you're able to apply outside of it. And after 1 year, you can apply outside of the department. And we have 28 different departments. So there's some great opportunity with us. I would definitely encourage you to check out our website. We are on Indeed, we're on LinkedIn. Have a check. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. We use ADP, so if you apply through that, we'll be looking out for your resumes and your applications. What I would also say is that we do offer benefits. If for full-time employees, after 30 days, you would become eligible for health, dental, and vision. We go through Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We have about 6 different plans. We have a 401k where there's a company match. We have sick time, we have vacation time, and we have 9 paid holidays. I'm so sorry, that's my big overview, but if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. But we are hiring and we're growing.
Jamie, thanks so much. Really appreciate you participating. We're just really excited to hopefully connect people that are looking to for careers and really need that right now. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, yeah, appreciate you. So next we have Consumers Credit Union. So consumers, we've got Carla. You probably know this, but Consumers Credit Union is a $2.4 billion open to the public, not-for-profit financial institution. They have 500 plus employees, and they serve 163 members across our country. And I can tell you, I'm a member. And anyway, so if you want to take it away, Carla, would appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, thank you so much, Senator Bush, and thank you for being a member. We really appreciate that. So as Senator said, my name is Carla Schroeder. I am the Talent Acquisition Director for Consumers Credit Union and for Andigo, which is now a division of Consumers Credit Union. So I wanted to spend some time today talking to you about who we are and what we're looking for. So if you could move to the next slide, please. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about CCU. As the Senator said, we are a not-for-profit financial institution. We are very similar to a corporate bank. So for those of you who are not familiar with a credit union, credit unions offer a lot of the same products and services as corporate banks. So if you're familiar with Chase or Wells Fargo or Bank of America, you know that they offer a lot of different accounts and credit cards and debit cards and a variety of loans, auto loans, personal loans, mortgages, products and services like that. And we do too at Consumers. We started in 1930, and we've been in the Lake County area for many, many decades, as you can see. And since Andigo Credit Union merged with us in June, we now have over 500 employees across 18 locations in Northern Illinois. We do service 163,000 members across the country. So it's really exciting to be part of the credit union area now, especially with the merger. We are able to service members in all 50 states. So we do have members in all 50 states, which is super exciting. We've got corporate offices in Gurnee. That's where Consumers Credit Union corporate office is. And then the corporate office in Schaumburg is for Andigo. And we always like to point out that we're in the people business. So a lot of people think we're in the money business because we are a financial institution, but our whole focus and mission and vision are all around people. And we are dedicated to supporting our members and helping them meet their financial goals and their financial obligations. And we are all about supporting our employees as well. So let me tell you a little bit about career opportunities at the credit union. So we really hope that you're interested in joining our team. At any given time, we have a variety of full-time and part-time positions available. We do have part-time positions that are benefits eligible as well. You just need to be scheduled 30 hours a week or more. We have positions in our branches and in what we call the back office. So positions in the branches are member-facing, so those would be positions that you can expect to see, like tellers, personal bankers, assistant branch managers, and branch managers. And then we have positions that are in the back office that could be member facing, but those would be through video connection, over the phone, through email, and through online chatting. And then the other back office positions include what you would expect to see in a corporate function. So positions in technology, human resources, marketing, sales, the call center, also positions in lending. So there's a variety of opportunities across the organization. We do hire at the intern level all the way up through management. So the talent acquisition team fills positions at all levels of experience. And one of the things we always like to point out is that banking experience is not required for many of our positions. So really what we're looking for most of the time would be skills around communication, problem solving, project management, folks that have solid computer experience, collaboration, more of those types of skills. We feel like we can teach you banking and teach you what it means to be in financial services. It's those other skills that are much more meaningful to us. We do have positions open in a variety of locations, and we operate in Lake County, Cook County, and DuPage County in terms of our actual physical locations. And then I always like to point out that we have a lot of folks that are developed on a regular basis at the credit union. And to be honest, we promote or transfer approximately 22% of our employees in any given year. So there's a lot of movement that takes place within the organization. So you can see all the jobs posted, and you can learn more about careers by going to myconsumers.org/careers. Today I wanted to quickly spend some time talking about a few hot jobs that we're recruiting to fill. We have more jobs open than this, but these are the priorities as we are here today. So we are looking for a collector to work in our Schaumburg office. Right now that position is starting in a remote capacity for the rest of the year due to COVID. But when we are able to get back to the office, this position will be located at the Andigo Credit Union office in Schaumburg, and this position does require bankruptcy experience. We have a commercial underwriter position that's technically called a credit analyst, and once again, this position will start remotely as well, and will ultimately work in Gurnee at the corporate office. We're looking for a video loan advisor, which is a sales position. This position would be responsible for advising our members on a variety of loans, including auto loans, personal loans, and recreational vehicle loans. So that's a sales position. Once again, starting remotely due to the pandemic, but will be located next year in Gurnee at the corporate office. And then another hot job is a part-time teller position. We're looking for somebody for the Gurnee branch to work 25 to 29 hours per week in a part-time capacity. And then the loan processor job is so hot that it was actually filled a couple days ago after I submitted this presentation. So keep an eye out for more positions in our lending department because that's definitely a hot place to be right now. So let's take a look at why we feel like we're the total package. So at CCU, we have a really wonderful culture. So you'll see on the screen that we have some words listed here that employees have used to describe our culture. And we're really, really proud of it because, as I said, we are people-focused and we really do deliver on a fun, collaborative, friendly, positive, warm, appreciative, and extremely diverse employee population and a culture that is all of these things and more. We do offer quite a bit of flexibility in our work schedule so that employees are able to balance their work and life commitments and responsibilities, which is a huge positive when it comes to raising a family and having interests outside of the house and just managing day-to-day life. In terms of our compensation, we feel very strongly about delivering on compensation practices that are very competitive and equitable and fair. We do have a specialist on the HR team that works on everything related to compensation and benefits to make sure that we are competitive and that we are being fair with our practices. All of our positions across the organization is bonus eligible, and we have many positions that beyond the annual bonus, they also have incentives built into their compensation program on a monthly and quarterly basis as well. So we're very strong when it comes to comp and benefits and rewards and recognition. And then in terms of benefits, you'll see that we've got a whole list here on the screen. We do have a free on-site fitness center at the corporate office in Gurnee. And for our employees that are benefits eligible, they do get short-term and long-term disability coverage for free and basic life insurance coverage for free as well. When it comes to retirement planning, we have 2 retirement plans that employees can take advantage of. One is a 401k with company matching, and then one is a pension plan, which pension plans are far and few between these days, but we're really proud of the fact that we've been able to keep ours for decades. And that is a pension plan that is fully funded by the credit union, so employees do not contribute a penny into that, and the payout at the end, if they stay with us, is quite impressive. And then we offer benefits that you would expect us to have. We have multiple plans for medical and dental. We have vision coverage. We have multiple plans that you can elect for flexible spending accounts. We have tuition reimbursement. We have a very solid employee assistance program, a very generous paid time off and holiday schedule, and many more benefits listed, or that we could list actually. So we really do feel like we're the total package in terms of environment, flexibility, comp and benefits, and employee development. So on the next slide, you will see that my contact information is here. Don't hesitate to reach out to me personally. We encourage folks to express an interest and give us a call or shoot me an email message, and I'll either get back to you or one of the members of the talent acquisition team will. You can also learn more about consumers at myconsumers.org, and we encourage you to follow us on social media as well. So we are well represented on the internet, and there's lots of information out there about who we are and what we do. So thank you very much for your time and attention today.
Thank you, Carla. And just a reminder that if you have questions for Carla, you can type them into the chat and we will make sure to ask her when we are all done. Thanks for the presentation.
Thank you.
So next up we have Robert Half Technologies, and we have Mark Pfeiffer. And Robert Half Technologies is I believe a technology consulting services. So it looks like we're ready.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Senator Bush, for having me. Thanks to Maureen Mueller for letting me know about this seminar today. What a year we've been going through, huh? It's been quite crazy out there. Yes, I'm with Robert Half Technology. Robert Half, I like to joke around, as a small $6.5 billion, 73-year-old professional services company. We do staffing and consulting work in a variety of industries. We do it in legal, accounting, finance, administrative support. My team obviously handles the technology side of things, where We do contract to hire, direct hire placement, as well as consulting services through our sister company, Protivity. So I've been in the IT staffing consulting business for about 25 plus years. In fact, I started in the business back when I had hair. So I can tell you how long I've been in the business. And what I love about hearing today is that companies are hiring. I will say before the pandemic hit in the IT market, it was the strongest IT labor market that I had seen in my career. And I've been through some pretty good, some pretty good markets, the .com era, things. I've been in some downward trends as well. So when the pandemic hit, I will say end of March, April, early May, it was tough out there. We had a lot of clients, cutting back on consulting. But the good news is, and what I'm hearing from my other partners on the call, the last 2.5 months, we've seen a really strong increase in hiring from our clients. I mentioned we have a direct hire placement that helps our clients hire permanent full-time people. And that's a real good indication of the market. And they've set some really good, numbers the last 2 or 3 months. So again, the good news is that companies are hiring. I think it took everybody and a lot of organizations to get used to kind of the new normal. I think a lot of organizations were a little bit concerned about, can we have our workforce work at home? And I include Robert Half in that as well. And I think it took a few months, and I think now companies are starting to say, wow, we went from being completely on site to 100% remote. And you know what? Things are going good. The business hasn't been impacted. In fact, in some cases, we're more productive. And so companies have then said, okay, let's get back to, our business. Let's get back to hiring people. So I've seen some really good encouraging signs. And obviously with the other folks on the call here today, there are a lot of jobs out there. Even within technology, prior to the pandemic, I would say unemployment was almost negative, in some areas. And even now, it might be 2 or 3%, 4%, but it's still low single digits. So, we hire across the IT spectrum. So we're hiring, help desk folks. In fact, there's a lot of need for help desk people, PC technicians. Companies are re-imaging laptops, and they're deploying laptops out to their workforce at a very high pace. We hire developers, project managers, business analysts, and our business is going, very well right now. I personally head up our internal consulting program as well as manage our branch office out of Hoffman Estates that covers the north and northwest suburbs. We hire full-time salaried employees with full benefits to then go out and do, typically long-term consulting projects at our clients. We also offer our hourly consultants, benefits as well. So if you're an employee or even an hourly consultant, we have a real nice, benefits plan out there. So, we've got so many positions. To give you an example of, yesterday I was on a call with one of our clients that needs to hire a senior level business analyst who's got some e-commerce experience. It's for an association type organization. And that's a long-term project where we're looking maybe to hire that person as an employee of Robert Half and then have them, go consult to this client for 6 to 12 months. So, very encouraging news out there in the marketplace. Again, there were some tough months back early. I know a lot of us are just looking to get through 2020, but I think the message is, there are jobs out there. There may be a little bit more competition from the candidate perspective, but companies are hiring, and I encourage people to contact Robert Half and Abbott and Salem and other organizations, Dove & Mule, because there are a lot of positions like you mentioned in the mortgage industry, banking. There's jobs available at grocery stores, and Robert Half just placed 150 administrative support people to help the Chicago Board of Elections during election season this year. So a lot of these things are coming together to put us in a pretty good, marketplace. It's not at the level that it was back in earlier in the year, but I'm very encouraged by what we've seen out there in the marketplace. And if people are looking, a lot of organizations have been affected. In fact, at Robert Half, we've been doing a lot of coaching So I encourage people, you can find me on LinkedIn, Mark Pfeiffer, last name is like Michelle Pfeiffer, the actress, but no relation, of course. I'm more than happy to connect. We've been working with a lot of my former clients who have been impacted. You know, I'm helping them get positions either with us or just really helping people with job coaching, or, you know, if people haven't been in the job market for 10 or 15 years, how do you get your LinkedIn profile? How do you go about finding a job? You know, how do you cut through, you know, all the automated bots out there that are looking for keywords and resumes, and how do you, you know, get your message across to the next employer? So we've got a staff of about 20 plus recruiters in the Chicagoland area. Obviously, we're national. We're also international. So if for some reason somebody's on this call and they're looking for a job in Tampa, Florida, or California, or New Jersey, if you go to roberthalf.com and put in, you know, keyword search on zip code, you can get in touch with a local branch office. We've got about 50 or 60 branch offices around the country. So that's basically what I have. Again, I specialize in the technology side of our business. I do know my teammates on the account temps team. We also have a group called the Creative Group that places a lot of user experience and marketing and, you know, copywriting people, anybody around the creative space. We do legal. We do pretty much everything in staffing except the you know, the light industrial labor, those kind of things. So I encourage you to take a look at Robert Half Technology, but also Robert Half International. We're consistently ranked as one of the #1, you know, professional services firm by Forbes. Have a great track record as far as diversity and inclusion as well. So that's really all I have. I didn't have a presentation today. I just wanted to kind of give you a background on what's happening in the market. Again, I'm very encouraged by what I'm seeing out there. Yes, there's still challenges, but, you know, a lot of my clients, they're hiring full-time people and getting them started remotely. They're hiring people on contract roles. They're hiring people on contract to possible conversion type roles. And, you know, some clients are having us go on site, but even those clients are doing social distancing measures. So yeah, that's really all I have, and great to be here. Thanks again for your time.
Mark, thanks so much for joining us. You're a man who doesn't need a slideshow, obviously.
That's right.
So,
I figured I'd wing it a little bit, but yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
yeah, no, thank you very much. And if you guys have questions about Robert Half Technologies, please put them in the chat and we'll get them asked. So we do have some questions that were submitted. We have two actually for Abbott. So Craig, a question for you. What types of positions is Abbott hiring for? So Craig, if you want to come back on and answer that.
Sure. We have multiple positions actually available right now. We're hiring for all types of individuals. However, I hire for our financial services organization, you know, for a corporate organization, and then we have the divisional finance groups, you know, that hire their specifics. And then we also have, I hire for our engineering as well as our Abbott corporate quality and engineering groups. And then I also hire for some of our procurement and that type of thing too. So we have multiple positions out there. If an individual is interested in you know, Abbott specifically, we have, right now I'm working on a special project that we're hiring, and there are individuals that are temps. So, and so we're hiring individuals that are in Gurnee for our COVID tests. So for the rapid diagnostics COVID tests, you know, and so and then and in Maine too, but you know, but that's a whole different ballgame. But anyway, so
It's far away for us.
but we're hiring individuals that are part of you know, like I said, our corporate finance groups as well as our engineering groups, and you know, and that type of thing too. So
Yep.
okay,
That's
so
great,
an
Craig.
individual can go out to our career site And so if they put in www.abbott.com and then scroll down, I think it's either the second or the third page, you know, that's part of individuals, and put in whatever they want, you know, in terms of either they can put in finance careers or, you know, or whatever, and or zip code or whatever. And so our search engine is pretty robust, and it will enable an individual to then, you know, go out and look for individual opportunities. Okay. And we have hundreds. I mean, literally hundreds.
Yeah, so everyone should have gotten in the email that you got today, there's a link to Abbott where you can see all the different positions that are open. You know, as Craig was saying, he's specifically talking about a particular area. You know, Abbott has been on the last couple of days with us because they really are hiring in many different sectors. But I do have one more question for you, Craig.
Sure.
It was an industrial designer asked, how do I get in on the bottom floor of design and engineering these new immunoassay and testing systems, which are under development? Systems prior to architect, this includes TDX, ADX, and spectrum diagnostics.
Okay.
That's really, really in the weeds for you.
Yeah,
so.
right. So my understanding is that an individual should go out and you know, once again, search for opportunities that are out there, and then if you know, if you're not finding an individual that maybe is hiring for, you know, for the specific area that you're looking for, but you have my name, or, you know, I mean, I'm happy to tell an individual, you know, or give a referral or whatever to, you know, to my fellow recruiters who you know, who have other opportunities that are out there. So sure.
Thanks so much, Craig. I've got a question for the Salem group. Did he mention the size of the workforce pool they manage? So Salem, how large is, maybe you did mention it, but did you mention the size of the work pool that you manage?
Sorry, I just turned my video back on there.
Okay.
So yeah, but we have, I think, maybe about 400 to 450 people out right now, but it can vary. It's very seasonal. I know we employ a lot of interns during the summertime, so it can fluctuate.
Okay, another question for you, so don't jump off yet. So let's see, any architectural drafter positions that are available, or how often do they need people for these kinds of positions?
We do see those come up. We do a lot of drafters. I don't know of any that we have right now, but I'm not the expert in that division, so I'd have to check with them. But in my initial search, before we hopped on this call, I didn't see any current openings, but we do see those quite often.
Okay, and that's something they could reach out to, maybe to your company to find out about?
Yeah, so Pam is listed as the contact for the call. They can still reach out to her and she can get them in contact with the right person. Okay,
great. Thanks so much, Brian. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. We've got one for Dovenmule. Do all employees need to have a GED or high school diploma? And yeah, so if you could go ahead, Dovenmule, if you want to come back on.
Yeah, no problem. Typically, we do want to see a GED or high school diploma.
Okay, thank you very much. And let's see, anything else for you? Nope, got another one for consumers credit. Are there any options for working remotely? I'm going to gather that must mean other than, you know, what you said right now, which is people are working remotely, interviewing for loans, right? So you want to come back on and answer that for consumers credit?
Sure. So yes, so we do have opportunities to work remotely. It kind of just depends on what the position is and how member facing it is or not. So there are definitely opportunities, not just because of the pandemic, but permanent opportunities as well.
Thank you very much. And how about from Robert Half? Do you also place sales roles?
We do hire internally, at least my team does, for sales and recruiters. We have another group, the office team, that does hire or actually place salespeople with our clients. Right now, we're not adding to our internal team, but I expect that to change in the next month or two based on how we're seeing things in the market. So the answer is yes, we do hire salespeople who want to sell our staffing consulting services, or people who want to recruit, the candidates that we place with our clients. And then we do also have another division that occasionally places salespeople with our clients as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So we have one that's a little more general, but anybody that wants to weigh in, this is somebody who's obviously looking to make sure there's some upward mobility there, that they're not going to be frozen into a position. So just a question for anybody to answer. Are there opportunities for promotions, pay raises, and growth? Anybody want to hop on? I bet you all have opportunities for pay raises and growth. I would certainly hope so.
Yeah,
I
will
don't
say
know if my,
Abbott is really, really, oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
No, go
What'd you
ahead.
say? Oh,
I would say that Abbott is very good about promoting individuals from within. About 40% of our positions are promoted from within. So, so that's a good thing. We do have a great benefits package too, by the way. We do have a pension. It's, that's almost unheard of these days. And, it's interesting because I think consumers, I believe, had a pension also. And I was like, really? Wow. They're, interestingly enough. But, and so, too.
okay. So it sounds like, Abbott obviously does a really good job there.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump. I think you froze up a little bit. And I heard someone come in. I didn't recognize the voice. I think someone else wanted to answer that.
This is Carla from Consumers Credit Union. I was just going to hop in as well and say that we are very, very much in favor of moving our talent around and promoting talent. And we not only promote, but for developmental opportunities, we talk to employees about where else in the organization they want to go. Instead of just promoting up, we give opportunities to increase your breadth of knowledge and take transfers into other departments as well. So we just ask that employees are in their role for about 1 year before they apply for a new position with the company. It takes about that long to get up and running from position to position, but we absolutely love to move our talent around the organization.
Hi there. I was also just going to add, we're really big on growth, opportunities, moving into different levels of positions, different departments, different positions in general, but we do promote internally as well.
That's great. I appreciate all of you guys jumping in and answering that. So just a couple more questions before we kind of start to wind down. We've got a few more people that we want to make sure to get on. So we're going to close out. And if you have questions that we don't answer, please submit them directly to the employers, or we'll see if we can do that too. So we have one for Dovenmule and consumers. Do you have any mortgage underwriting positions available, and do you train for those positions?
Yes, we do in our loss mitigation department, and there would be some training involved.
Great. And how about consumer?
We actually don't. We did up until a few weeks ago, but the recruiting team was able to fill those. I don't know if more positions will become available. It is such a hot area right now. And we are able to train, depending on the experience that we're bringing in, we are able to train for those positions as well.
Okay, one last question for Robert Half or Salem. Do you place desktop publishers or editors? So obviously, you know what those are, publishing production artists.
Yeah, for Robert Half, that would be through our division called the Creative Group, TCG. So we definitely place those kind of creative type of folks. So yes.
For the Salem group, we do that as well.
Okay, well, thanks for all the questions. Really, they were great questions. Hopefully We answered most of them. And again, you can contact the employers directly. So we're going to move on, and I'd like to introduce Ava Locke. She's going to talk about about the Job Center of Lake County. So Ava, if you're ready.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi.
Hi there. So I'm going to share our website here. The Job Center of Lake County is a one-stop shop for your career transition and training needs. I was glad to hear the last question about training. I'm going to be sharing with you at the end here information about a training grant that could cover up to $10,000 worth of training for you. So hang in there, okay? But first off, I just wanted to share with you our website, lakecountyjobcenter.com. The Job Center is operated by a consortium of Lake County Workforce Development, the College of Lake County, and the Illinois Department of Employment Security. There are additional partners that feed into the Job Center, and we just provide wraparound services for you as you seek employment. Our overall mission is to connect employers and the workforce to fuel economic growth and well-being in Lake County. We are part of the overall American Job Center system. So you see our website here, and there's a wealth of tools on the website. Toward the bottom, I want to recommend we have links to our social media. And we'd love for you to follow, like, join us on any of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Our communications team has been posting 3, 4, 5 posts per day about hot jobs, employers, other areas of need that you might have at this time. So you can get the latest and greatest information on our social media platforms. On our website here, we created a section we put together during the pandemic. We put all of our resources into a virtual format, and there's linked at one location. If you click on job seekers here at the top of the page, you will see 4 virtual services for you. I'll start at the bottom and work my way up to the one that's worth $10,000, okay? So at the bottom of the page here, there's a link to our job opportunities page. Employers have been actively contacting us with job opportunities during the crisis. We post those on the job opportunities page. Additionally, on this page, you can upload your resume for consideration for a work experience, that's a paid internship, or a employment referral by our business service team members. Next, we have a calendar of events. We do have a robust calendar of events pertinent to job search. And I believe Mark mentioned earlier that it's great for you to get some counseling about your job search. I very much concur with that. If you have not been seeking employment for the last couple of years, it is a different animal. And sometimes individuals will come to me after, banging their head against the wall for several months, not hearing from any employers, and they'll come in and say, I don't know what's going on. But then they'll participate in a couple of our workshops and say, oh, the light has dawned. I figured out what I'm doing that's just not effective anymore. It might have worked for your job search 10 years ago, but not now. So please check out our menu of workshops and participate in as many as you possibly can. We do have a number coming up here in September. And one exciting one at the very beginning of September is called Your Skills and Interests Relevant to Your Career Search. So check that out on our menu. Next, we have put all of our curriculum related to job search into a self-directed format. So if you cannot attend any of our events, go ahead and visit the self-directed 5 steps to your next job. We've divided job search up into 5 sequential modules. When you visit this website at your leisure, you can watch video links and access handouts and curriculum relevant to each of the topics so that you can find a better job more quickly. Finally, at the top here, we have a link to our virtual information session. Lake County Workforce Development administers a grant under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. That's also called WIOA. We can fund qualified job seekers, in most cases for $7,000 worth of training. If it's training in the medical industry, we can fund people for up to $10,000 worth of training to help them either make a career transition or advance in the field that they are already in. We want you to take advantage of this at this time. The way that you find out more is to click here, visit our virtual information session. You will watch a slideshow about our services. And at the bottom, you can fill out the WIOA pre-screening application. A staff member will get back to you within 24 business hours for your next steps. That's all that I have, and I'm now going to pass this over to David.
Thank you, Eva. Pull my screen up here. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Garvey, and I'm with SIU, and I work with Illinois WorkNet. I wanted to let you know that today's session is being recorded and will be available on the employer booth page for each of in our virtual job area for each of the employers who presented today. And the links to the booth pages have been shared in the chat. I also wanted to provide a brief overview of the Get Hired website. This can be reached by entering illinois.gov/gethired. And Get Hired is a web portal that has been designed to connect workers with available job and career training opportunities across the state of Illinois. From this landing page, job seekers can search for job postings through Illinois Job Link, as well as seeing which employers in Illinois are hiring on their employer booth pages in the Illinois WorkNet virtual job area. You can search for employers who are hiring by name or keyword, and you can also view upcoming events on our calendar by clicking that VJF events button. Additionally, there are online career training opportunities. Clicking that button will take you to this page about Coursera. And Illinois has partnered with Coursera to offer free online IT information technology training courses. And these courses are free to register for and complete. However, you must register for the courses before the end of September and complete the courses by the end of this year. We will be hosting a webinar training session about what Coursera offers next week on September 2nd. To register for this event, you can follow the registration page, which will be shared with you in the chat shortly. And this webinar will include our partners with the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, National Able IT Career Lab, TechReady, and Google. And this page on Illinois WorkNet has more information about how you can access these training opportunities. Additionally, job seekers may also apply for unemployment insurance and access additional resources through this page on Get Hired. I'd also like to point out that all the resources just mentioned are free to use for job seekers and will be accessible through this Get Hired Illinois page well beyond this week's events. I also wanted to mention that in addition, next week we will be holding training workshops on a few different Illinois WorkNet tools. And these are being shared with you in the chat, the links to these registration pages. These links include more information about the upcoming workshops. On September 1st, we have Discovering Your Skills and Interests to Explore Career Opportunities. On the 2nd, we have Illinois free online training through Coursera. And on the 3rd, we have Illinois WorkNet Service Finder and resource guides. And with that, we will go ahead and close out for this afternoon. And I do want to thank Senator Bush and all our employers who presented today and give Senator Bush an opportunity to share any final remarks that she might have.
Thanks so much. So I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow, Congressman Schneider will be your host. We'll have the College of Lake County, Goodwill Great Lakes Ability One, Illinois Department of Children and Family Services, Aerotech, and Pipe Fitters Local Union 597. I'd like to thank everyone for attending. I really hope this is beneficial for all of you. I'd also like to thank Congressman Schneider for our partnership and work together. So important that we continue to provide these opportunities for Lake County workers, and to the Illinois Department of Employment Security. So happy to always partner with you. It's such a great opportunity to work together. Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, the Job Center of Lake County, Illinois WorkNet, and Congressman Schneider's staff. Thank you so much. And of course, my staff also. Thank you. Hope everyone enjoyed today. I know I did. Have a great afternoon and see some of you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.